Hey there, this is Dave with Studies Weekly. I'm going to share just a quick walkthrough of our online tool so you can get in and take a test drive and kind of see some of the cool things that it has. Um, you're going to want to go to studiesweekly.com, and you'll notice if you're new to Studies Weekly, you can see that there's the teacher was holding up some paper there. So we come in two versions. There's the newspaper version, and then there's the online version. They both work best together because the kids have this weekly newspaper that is the weekly lesson, and they can highlight, mark it up, they can cut it up, post pictures in their journal, do whatever they need to do. It is meant to be a consumable because they get a brand new one next week. And they work best when you use both the online and the newspaper together. But if you go to studiesweekly.com, click the login button, and then just put in, if you're in Utah, put in UT teacher for the username, and the password is demo. And this works for any other state. If you're in Ohio, you just put in OH teacher. And again, it's the same password. It's just demo, but I'll just put in UT teacher here. I'm going to go ahead and click login. And what you'll see on this main home screen is all the different publications that are available to you. Now, this is a demo account. What that means is there's a lot of other people that are logging into this exact account. So when you have your own account, you can go into this classes tab, and you can actually go in and add your own students. Now, I wouldn't do that here on the demo account because there's many people that can come in and view your student information. But this is really a good way to just preview everything we have. And then if you do want to set up your own account, you can do that. It's really inexpensive, but that way you can create your own class. But at least utilize this one to take a really fun test drive and use it for a while. But as you come down, you'll notice it starts with kindergarten and goes all the way down to sixth grade. There's social studies, there's science, there's character education, heritage studies weekly, and there's some math. We'll go ahead and pick on Utah right here for the fourth grade because it's specific to Utah there. And when you get to this next screen, you're going to notice all of the different weekly units kind of laid out here on the screen. Week 1 all the way through 28. Some states have 32, some have 36 weekly units. If I come down here and if I really want to get an in-depth view of what's being covered in each weekly unit, I can click View, and it's going to tell me by week what is covered for that particular week and what are the state standards that are being covered in that particular weekly unit. So that's a good way to make sure you're covering what needs to be taught. If you want to teach these around in a different order, you can grab this 4-prong arrow, kind of move those weeks around, put them in a different order to match what your curriculum map is. You've got an assessment test that they can do online. You can turn it on and off. You can edit the test, view the test scores, click here, see what the standards are. Let's go ahead and click. We'll go into week number 1. And what you're going to notice here is we have, so the best way that you can use this is the kids are going to have the newspaper in their hand, and then you're going to pull this up. My internet connection is really slow right now. There we go. You're going to pull this up, and then you simply just click the play button here.
We print this weekly paper for you with activities, lots of pictures, puzzles, games, and craft activities to help you learn.
So every word that's in the paper is also on the screen.
While our state may seem large, if you look at a world,
and we've had actors, we've paid voice actors that have gone in and have read every single one of our 40,000 plus articles. So this is not a computer voice. This is a human voice, but it highlights the word as it's being read, as you can see.
Map, you will see that Utah is actually a fairly small chunk of a very large Earth.
Right, and now that's fourth grade. If I were to come back here to kindergarten, for example, you're going to notice that the voice actors slow down, and they're going to read a bit slower for the younger students here. So here's a kindergarten one.
A citizen is someone who lives in a city, town.
Right, and there's even there's additional sources that you can look at. Once you've read the article, now this one talks about following the rules. Well, there are some additional sources here. So I can click in here into the bonus sources. I've got a video on taking your turn.
Take your turn. You've probably heard that a lot. But did you realize taking turns applies to many areas of life and will be something you do all your life?
Right. And there's an image of a girl that's paying attention. There's another image of somebody whispering in class. Right. And then you can click here to go back to the articles. So we have thousands of videos and images. A lot of them will be right here next to the article, but you can also come up here and do a search for any topic. The American Revolution, Martin Luther King Jr., magnets, whatever you want to type in. We've got thousands of images and videos that are related, a primary source that you can show right there in the classroom. And here's where you would edit a test. You can come in here. You've got all the test questions, right? You can edit, delete, or you can add your own question. And there's all these different types of questions that you can add. And then you can turn that test on or off for the kids. And then once they've taken the test, you can click test scores and go through and with all your students and review the scores. It will grade everything automatically unless it's an open response. And then you come down here and find the open response one. You'll see their response. You can add a comment and mark correct or incorrect. So this has just been a really quick overview. The online does a whole lot more than what I've talked about, but this is just a really quick overview so you can get on and take a good little test drive. Hopefully this has been worth your time. Thanks.